Alright, Tomboy Official, this one is for you. I'm coming in here recording just a daily episode, and even though I haven't been doing dailies, just update. We'll talk a little bit about some financial stuff if I get a chance to do so. I have notes on it. I hope I haven't gone over this before, but I'm pretty much logged into work, waiting to start working. But yeah, there's no one I can really call at like 8:30. I'm not going to be calling clients at 8:30 in the morning, and we don't have meetings at 8:30 in the morning, so I'm basically just reading stuff. I have it on my calendar to read stuff. They're going to send me a list of about 4 to 7 or 8 new potential clients to contact. They do that sometime between 9:30 and 10. So until then, I'm kind of waiting till it's a little bit late enough to call some of the already enrolled clients or previous clients from other days. I set that to start at about 9:15. I think that's a decently respectful time to call people. I think 8:30 is too dang early. But I'm just kind of logging into the software that I need to use and blah, 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 blah. But I think this week is supposed to be my first home visit. I've been sleeping all right. Yesterday I had some back pain that was like mid-back pain, which I can't tell if that's like a stress thing, because it kind of relieves when I, like, if I do use the back massage thing that I have, it does help. So that did help. And then edibles kind of help too, honestly. But I wasn't having the lower back pain until just today, just now, this morning when I sat down. So I'm trying to ice my back, trying to see if that's gonna help or if I'm gonna need to do some stretches this morning again. I started seeing a chiropractor since I last recorded. I've done 2 sessions. I was supposed to have a 3rd session coming up this Saturday, but I won't be in town because of my sister's graduation. Some of us in the family are going to New Orleans, and so I'll enjoy that very short but valuable trip, and I'll be happy to see my sister graduate. And we're flying out Friday. I gotta come back Sunday. I was hoping to stay an extra 2-3 days, but I don't have PTO because it's a new job. And I did talk to them about requesting days off, but I don't know. My dad blessed us with some points that he has because he travels so much. So as far as flights and hotel, I really don't have to dish out for that. So I'm lucky there. And that kind of goes into part of what I want to talk about finances. I'm still trying to budget on Sundays. I think this week I did it on Monday. It's Wednesday right now. Spotify for podcasters has changed their app so that you can't really record within their app without setting up through a Spotify account instead of using an Anchor login. So I set up one of my podcasts last night. It said it was going to take less than 10 minutes, and it took less than 5 minutes, and it took like 10 something minutes. So I haven't done it for this podcast yet. So I'm recording this into my phone directly, which is not ideal for me. I don't like that, but it is what it is. But yeah, I don't really want to record in my phone. I kind of wanted to record onto the app because this is now going to be one extra step where I have to save it into a file and then upload it onto the app, into Spotify, and I have to redo my login information. So it's just a pain. They said it was coming by June, and so I'm kind of just annoyed because I have multiple podcasts. So now every time I go to try to record one, I'm gonna need to do that. I don't know. Yeah, this Pride Bootcamp topic did kind of get away from me. I was, I had the intention of recording on it, and kind of just never really got there. Let me see if I can hook up my my earbuds. I don't know if I can do it while I'm still recording and it'll still record. Let's see. Nope, it kicked me out of the recording. So, anyways, I prefer recording with earbuds so I don't have to plug in, so I don't have to hold my phone. Let's see. Trying to log in here. These sites with all these authentications, all these. Goodness, everything authenticates through the work phone. And then I gotta go back in. There's like a second logon screen. Like, you can't just log in anymore. It took me a second to get up this morning, but that's okay. I'm gonna try and work out on both of my 15-minute breaks. I haven't really worked out since last week. Let me see. So Saturday and like this Monday earlier this week, and then Saturday over the weekend I went to the chiropractor. But before that, I think it was last Wednesday when I went to the gym, the actual gym. So I kind of wanted to give my back a break too, to see if it's gonna help me to kind of get out of the gym for a second, I don't know if it's helping or not. Like, I feel like now that we're midweek or so, my back is kind of a little on the tense side. I got this ice pack on right now. I'm doing 20 minutes icing, 20 minutes off for the morning. I'm still not logged in, guys. This is how long it takes to log in. That's why I try to log in I try to start getting into the computer a couple minutes early. But I think I've learned most of the software. There's some notes I need to check that I put into the system to double check if let me see how I worded it. I need to double check this part called reasons. I need to double check if I had clicked all of those. There was something I needed to write in there for all the clients' charts. I think I might have just clicked the close button and not put on there what I needed. I don't really know. I'll find out. But I'm about to go through all of these. This does not look like something I want to do right now. Okay. I'll finish what I'm trying to say. So, I've been taking these C4 Smart Energies. I got a 12-pack of them through Amazon, and I found out they're like $1 cheaper getting it through Amazon. It's like I'm saving $1 compared to going into CVS almost every day and getting one same exact thing. Just $1 cheaper per can, even counting the extra $2.99 shipping that I paid for. And this was on an Amazon Prime trial, so I wasn't paying that $16 something for the trial, for the monthly fee. Um, so on the trial, it was fine. And yeah, it was like $1 less. Once I did the math, it's like $1 less. So I'm saving $12 just by buying it on Amazon. With the extra $2.99 for overnight shipping or same night shipping or whatever, to get it by 3 or 8 a.m. between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. in the morning. The next morning, because I purchased it like on a Sunday night because I knew it was running out. Maybe it wasn't a Sunday night. Yeah, I think it was a Sunday night because I knew. No, I think it was a Thursday night. I think it was last Thursday night because I knew Friday morning I'd be working at 8:30, and I can't get on and off and on my street fast enough because of the school traffic. So I can technically get to CVS and back home again, and within a 15-minute break. If I just go in the store, do self-checkout, whatever. But I can't really do it if if it's school traffic. It might take me more than 15-20 minutes just to get off my block. So, alright, so let's get into this topic before I run out of time, because work is probably going to call me in like 5 minutes. They call and check in. I'm going to put my calendar to say that I'm doing something. I'm just double checking some stuff right now. Some stuff that I already put in and seeing if I need to edit any of my notes. So let's see. Dude, that's how long. It takes me like 20 minutes just to set up the computer. And I log in at 8:20. So I log in like 10 minutes early, and it takes me like an extra 10 minutes. And because I'm talking on here, it takes me a little bit longer. But let's see. I wrote notes for financial notes about, the hamster wheel, how to get out of it, something called SMART goals, it's not rocket science. I think by now a lot of people are familiar with psychology, and so with that familiarity, people have probably heard about SMART goals by now. I wrote reassessing, reflection, tracking. Now, I think I've talked about this before, but Sundays are usually the day that I lay out all the expenses that I have coming for the week. So I know what is coming up, what I'm going to spend for that week. I restart my expenses, my spending for that week, and I try to lay it all out, and I try not to go outside of that. So I think last time I might have gone over some of this stuff. This time, let me see, I have it on my to-do list. So how much I'm supposed to make, which is coming in tomorrow. How much I have in investments in SoFi, how much I have in cash. I don't really write how much I have in my bank because I hardly keep money in my bank. The money in my bank is usually what I'm going to use to spend on these days. So the chiropractor appointments are $50 per. So got to get $65 or so AAA for the year. Got some trips. So I got this trip coming up. I got a June 6th trip, 6th and 7th. I'll be in Hollywood. My friend's wedding is Memorial Weekend. There's something I'm planning for September that I might have to start paying for this Friday, the 17th. Then I've got my Google Fi that I think is going to be $20-ish. Probably won't be. Max it'll be 65 or 60 or so. It probably won't be that much. I found a chair that I want. I put $99 because that would have been a brand new chair, but I saw the same chair on OfferUp in my neighborhood for $25. So tomorrow I'm going to contact them back, See if I can go pay that in cash after work. And my glasses, 125 off that. And I've got a rental car that's part of that wedding trip. That's Turo, right down the street from me, for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then returning it Monday. It's a little pricey with the little add-ons. It would have been like 170, 180. It got up to like a little over 200, like 210 or so. And I gotta get the hotel eventually. So hotels I usually put on book now, pay later, so I'll have it reserved. And then that goes into the budget for that week. I'll put it in the budget for that Sunday. Now, it's not, I don't do like these payment plan things. Book now, pay later is pay all at once you show up to the spot. Or you can cancel like 24 hours before your actual reservation. But I don't do the payment plans. I don't do those. I don't remember what they're called, but those ones that you can get the payment plan and make payments on stuff, I don't do that. The only thing I'm making a payment on are my glasses, which I'm paying the second half when they come in. That's the only thing. But yeah, I don't get on payment plans because I like to just put the money where it's all supposed to go. But I think payment plans are where that hamster wheel starts. I was listening to, what was I listening to? It was one of the Ramsey personalities. I don't know if it was through Dave Ramsey's show or the guy who does the employment career. I can't remember these guys' names right now. But I think the show was with him, like basically they were trying to say like they talked about all these payment plan types of programs, you know, how you can buy your groceries and pay it out in like 4 sessions for the groceries you get today, and pay it over the month for the next 4 weeks or whatever, like $200 and like $50 something a week, you know, and so you're paying a little bit extra, you know, or $60 something a week, you know, it seems less. They surveyed, I don't know how many people, but they were talking about people in the range of making $100,000, people who are making 6 figures, I think near the $100,000 range. They were finding that, I don't know if this is the right number, it was a very high percentage. I want to say it was like between 60 to 80% of people were having trouble making payments on those types of payment plans. These aren't credit cards, these aren't loans, these are payment plans for when you buy stuff. I think it's called like Klarna or something like that, or Klarna, or I think it's called Klarna or something like that. There's some types, I see it pop up all the time and I'm like, heck no, I don't want that. Like if I have the money, I'm paying now. If I don't, I mean, I get paid Thursdays, so it can wait. It's just gonna have to wait. And whatever I don't have in the budget for from Sunday, I mean, I can probably fit stuff in. I'm not saying I'll never fit stuff in. I'm just saying, you know, if it's not, you know, in the plan for Monday, if it's not in the plan for that Monday, then yeah, if it's not in the plan for that Monday, for that Sunday, then I'll have to evaluate if I'm going to spend on it. So I basically have a whole list that states what I'm spending on in advance for a week. So it goes between pretty much Sunday to I want to say Sunday to Thursday. I think it's Sunday to Saturday. Thursday to Saturday get a little maybe a little bit mixed up though, because that's like right before the weekend, and during the weekend, it's not like I'm going out all the time, but I do have a few weekends where I'm gonna be out of town. Now that is something that I was going back and forth. I'm like, I don't want to spend. My whole goal this, the end of this year, this second half of the year, is to be saving like crazy, and then to go to New Orleans, and then be going down to San Diego, and for Memorial Weekend for a few days, for a wedding. But I'm also gonna catch up with a bunch of people, and it's my sister. I gotta go to her graduation, and then it's a close friend getting married. They're already married, but they're having their wedding, their San Diego wedding. I want to be there for that, and to catch up with some other friends while I'm down there. So it's not just the wedding. It's like I've got at least 2 friends I'm gonna be able to see, if not 1, but I think 2, maybe 3. It's pretty flexible, and just getting out of town, it's gonna be needed. So just that kind of stuff. And then, so yeah, that aspect of getting out of town. These are little kind of splurgy things that I'm like, I really don't want to spend on them. Like the rave coming up in September in San Diego. That's one that I'm trying to do every year. There's just stuff like that. It's like, it's all catching up for this summer coming into fall. But that's where all my savings are supposed to be, is summer coming into fall. So if it's not on the list of plans I already have, I'm not adding any more to the list. I also have my birthday for Hardfest in LA. So those are the types of things where I'm like, okay, when it comes to reassessing, I'm really kind of going back and forth. Like for some of these, I'm like, well, maybe I could just go for one day, just do a Saturday, go for the Saturday part of the rave, and not Saturday, Sunday, because that would cut me down on hotels and that kind of stuff for an extra night. And 2 days is hard to do anyways. So maybe one day, once I see, which bands are coming out, which DJs. But that's one way of reducing for both events. And then as far as just, reflecting on things, past purchases, did I need this? Did I need that? There was a sushi dinner that I bought from Nijia Market. I didn't need it. Bought it, didn't need it. And then as far as tracking, just trying to track my expenses. That's important. Like, how much am I supposed to be saving? If I know how much I'm supposed to spend, if it's already written out on Sunday, some of it's future stuff. Like I said, the book now, pay later for the hotels. Some of that is going to be once I get to those hotels. So one is like June 6th, the night of June 6th. One's going to be the Friday night of Memorial Weekend. So those 2 aren't coming out of pocket right now, but I put them on the list because it's something to think about already. Things like the hotel where my friend is getting married, it costs a lot. It's like $100 something a night, and I don't need to pay that much money. Like, I don't see any need to pay that much money. I might stay at a different hotel, drive in. I don't know. I might stay at a different hotel, a cheaper one, and just drive in. honestly might be my best bet. Because there are definitely hotels in San Diego less than $100. Um, that's gonna add up. Plus the deposit. I mean that kind of stuff adds up because I gotta have a rental car too. So I might just drive. I'm willing to drive 15-20 minutes, you know. So I'll kind of look into that. I might see how far I mean, Fallbrook is pretty far from like downtown San Diego, but I might see how far it is to stay in like Poway or something. They do have extended stays around. I don't need to stay at the hotel where the wedding is. I mean, it makes sense when you're trying to catch up with people or if you're drinking. At least you're there, you can just stumble back to your room. But it's like, to me, that's like one of those reflection issues. It's like, do I need to drink so much that I can't drive back to a hotel that's 20 minutes away? That doesn't seem necessary to me. Or I can Uber, you know. That still would be cheaper if it's a cheaper hotel. So it would be one night of Uber. I don't know if Fallbrook is secluded or not, but you know, I could Uber. So those are the kind of things I look at. You know, where can I cut costs? If I stay in an extended stay, I can bring groceries. Pretty much cook there. I'm not going to be hanging out all day. Sunday is going to be the busy day, and the other days I'm just going to be chilling. So, I mean, that's kind of what's on my agenda with things. I don't really see, you know, much of a reason to go outside of things that are important. I mean, I am going outside with a little bit of extra. I do recognize that some of these things, you know, are not necessities. You know, going to a wedding isn't a necessity. Going to a graduation is not a necessity. Going to a concert in August and in September, those are not necessities. They are things I've planned since, you know, the beginning of this year. And it is kind of 4 things that require chunks of money. Chunks of money that will be spent and not saved. So I'm aware of that. It's a conscious decision that I'm making that, you know, what's going to happen is I might just have to set back my saving plans, you know. I expected to be on target for Halloween, you know. I might have to put it back an extra month or two to New Year's Eve or to Thanksgiving weekend or so. So that's going to be, you know, that's my call, and that's what I'll have to deal with. The savings have to be there. I'm waiting to get to the point where my savings are at a certain amount, then move. And I recognize that I'm delaying some of my other goals by keeping some of these other plans. I would say the 2 concerts are not necessary. August and September concerts are not necessary. The wedding and the graduation are kind of like more necessary for me. They're not basic expenses of, you know, transportation and food and housing. You know, it's past that, but, you know, they are one-time events that I'm like, you know, I said if I could go, I'm gonna go. But there's no more outside of those 4 things that I explained. There's no more like extra spending really. I've got my weekly in and out or whatever. Gym membership, I'll have AAA paid for. It's gonna all be paid. I got my car insurance payments once a month. I'm gonna try and do quarterly taxes this year because it is hard for me to keep up with taxes during tax season. I'm gonna try and do quarterly. Just get it out of the way. So I want you guys to look up SMART goals if you haven't already. I don't want to explain it on here. See how you would apply it to your finances. It's almost 9. It's like 9 o'clock right now. See how you apply SMART goals to your finances. And kind of see what you think. See if it's something you can vibe with, something that you find would help you. For me, the most helpful thing is to not have money coming out every month. The most helpful thing is to pre-plan what I'm spending, not spend outside of that. 7 days for a week is not that hard to pre-plan. You should already know what you're doing, unless your life is like pretty chaotic or you're kind of in a transitional mode right now. Usually you're gonna know what you need to pay for within that week. If you get paid monthly, that's a different way to try to plan it. I get paid weekly now, so it's kind of a weird way to plan too. But yeah, guys, I guess that's mostly what I've got to say for this morning. In about 15 minutes, I'm about to get the ball rolling. Start making some calls. I'm gonna organize myself for where I'm gonna start making those calls, and then start getting to work. So, and once I update my podcast login and all that stuff, I'll be on here. I'll be posting this. I think I have a couple episodes I recorded that I didn't post. I don't know. I'm all over the place, guys, but for now, that's it. Thanks for listening. You know, man.